How you going, people? Man, I can't believe this. This is gonna be great. So y'all remember little Deputy Travis? What was his name? Deputy Travis English. He was the guy. I'll put a link to the video in the description if you didn't watch the video. But on this video here, he was the one that didn't like this phrase on this guy's truck, so he pulls him over, writes him a ticket, then orders him to remove it. And when a guy doesn't, he arrests him. So I'll play a quick clip on where he arrests him, and his sergeant tells him to tow his shit because he won't scratch off the sticker because the officer, little Nazi officer, told him he had to.
All of that?
Yeah, I already got the pictures.
Arrest him, take him to jail, tow his shit. That way you can get it off the road, you know what I'm saying?
Take him to jail and tow his shit. Outrageous.
Okay.
And then tow his...
Put handcuffs on somebody, on a big bad criminal today. Watch how excited he gets when he puts handcuffs on. I'll explain it to you. Put your hands behind your back.
Place your hands behind your back.
For what?
Place your hands behind your back.
For what?
Because you're going to jail, son.
For what? For what?
Because I gave you the option to take that off your window, okay? That is a violation of a Florida state.
What he should have said is, you're going to jail because everybody stole my lunch money as a kid, and now it's my time to get you big guys back. Okay, so this was the video. This is a little short clip on what it was. And I emailed the sheriff, and quite a few other people emailed the sheriff, and a lot of people thought this was BS. Some people thought it was fine. Some people think the cop was good, and they would like American cops to run around and enforce and be the religion, nice word police. I mean, we can't even get police not to shoot innocent people and to catch bad guys. And we got people out there wanting cops to run around and enforce what you put on your truck. But I digress. So this one agent, or this one channel, did a Freedom of Information Act on this guy. Holy cow! I cannot believe this guy is working as a cop. So this channel did a Freedom of Information Act. The channel is Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations. Good for them. I'm going to play parts of the channel and what they found on this guy.
Written statement. Having evaluated the evidence through the prism of Supreme Court precedent, it is determined the defendant has a... Using Florida's broad public records law, photography is not a crime, submitted a public records request for copies of the complete personnel file of Deputy Travis Michael English. Upon receiving and reviewing the records, photography is not a crime, discovered that Deputy English has a troubling and criminal history.
Man, troubling isn't... I can't believe this. This is why this guy's out here writing all this. You know, it's always the guys, like I say, it's always the racists that are calling people racist. It's always the cheater that calls people cheaters. It's always the tyrants that call other people tyrants. I just can't believe the stuff they found on this guy. So this is the driving record of this cop. This is the cop that wants to write tickets and arrest a dude for something on his car, and look at his freaking driving record. Window obstructed, speeding, license not carried, speeding, driving too fast for conditions, improper lights, careless driving, driving with a suspended license, no proof of insurance, speeding. Look at this guy's... I thought I got pulled over a lot. This dude runs around, drives just like he acts. I'm above the law. The law doesn't apply for me, and I'm going to enforce my power on everyone else that can't fight back. Outrageous.
Tickets would eventually lead to Mr. English's driver's license being suspended. But Mr. English knowingly violated the law by continuing to drive anyway, until he was busted and charged for driving with a suspended license. The English undetected crimes.
Okay, so evidently he said in here that he admitted to using marijuana, not the end of the world. Evidently he had to do community service for bringing tobacco products on school.
If yes, how old were they?
So in this
question,
they ask if you ever had sex with someone under 18. He puts no at first, then he marks yes. My ex-wife was 2 years younger than me, and we dated when she was 16 and I was 18. In a lot of places that's statutory rape, but this was in 2008.
Have you ever been arrested, charged, or detained by a law enforcement agency, including military apprehension? Deputy English was arrested twice in 2006, once for battery and once after getting into a physical altercation with his girlfriend. Regarding the physical altercation with his girlfriend, Deputy English wrote, "While at a football game in 2006, I got into an argument with my girlfriend. She went to walk away and I grabbed her by her arms. She turned around and slapped me. A nearby deputy came and asked what was going on. I told him it was none of his business. He arrested me and the charges were later dropped."
Okay, so he was arrested for domestic violence. I mean, this is the guy that's running around pulling people over because they got ass on the rear of their car, saying, how am I supposed to explain to my kids why you got ass? This guy's got a lot more explaining to his kids than what other people are doing. And of course, evidently this guy's a prior Marine. Some of those guys are just anal, they can't let it go. So he got arrested for stealing stuff when he was in the Marine Corps.
He arrested me and the charges were later dropped. In 2008, Deputy English was arrested, found guilty, and disciplined for committing larceny as a United States Marine. Regarding the larceny arrest, Deputy English wrote, "In 2008, myself and a fellow Marine went to the PX. While there, we swapped the price tags on a backpack. We continued to the checkout line. The lady scanned everything and I proceeded to the exit with the bags while the other guy paid. When I reached the exit, an MP was there, waiting on us. We were charged with stealing everything and I received 45 days restriction, half-month pay for 2 months, reduction in rank, and not recommended for promotion for 6 months."
Alrighty, what else did this guy do? So now these guys found out that he had discipline for endangering people with his pit maneuver. Probably pitted a guy because he had a tail light out or something. But anyway, here's his little pit maneuver where he got disciplined.
Deputy English's personnel file. Photography is not a crime discovered in an interagency initiated investigation. The investigation found that in March of 2019, Deputy English executed a reckless pit maneuver, endangering the lives of the suspects and Deputy English himself. Photography is not a crime has submitted a public records request for a copy of the dashcam video from Deputy English's car showing the reckless pit maneuver.
They don't have the dash cam. But I just find it funny that Mr. Moral Enforcement Deputy, who doesn't like this guy having this, is going to arrest, give this guy a criminal record, tow his car, make him pay a fine, have an arrest record for the rest of his life. And then you look into what he's done and it's like, really, dude? You really think that you're that morally superior? This just goes more to show that the sheriff of Columbia County obviously doesn't do a background or is hiring people that probably shouldn't be out there enforcing laws. But anyway, I found it interesting. Good job on those people for finding this information. But anyway, we'll end that there. I just thought I'd add that. I'll put a link to the original video if you hadn't watched the other one.